Hello, good afternoon, and also good morning to all of my speakers in the Netherlands. First of all, please allow me to introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Taufik as your moderator for this talk show session. This is the second session, but before that, I'm going to introduce you to all the speakers. But before that, please again welcome to the European Higher Education Fair 2021 Institution Talk Show. And for this session, the topic is business school in Northern Europe. Okay, well, as I mentioned, I'm Molly as your moderator, and now I am going to have four speakers. The first one, okay, let me check over here. We have Natalia Boltovskaya. I'm really sorry if I have mispronounced, from Hankins School of Economics as a marketing coordinator. And then we have our lovely Julia Zucchelli from Maastricht School of Management as recruitment officer. And then we have Marisa Goodhart from Rotterdam Business School as international recruitment officer. And the last one, Kari Sang from TIAS School for Business and Society, Tilburg University as program advisor. Hello, everyone. How are you this morning?
Very good.
Hi.
Thank you.
It's really lovely to see you. We connect from Indonesia and Netherlands. Normally, we do have our in-person in-person fair, but now we connect to the connection. But again, it's really no problem at all because I do love this from Indonesia, from Jakarta here, and also to Netherlands. It's really lovely again to see you all. Okay, because now we are in the topic of business school in Northern Europe. I do have a lot of questions about this because I think I representative of the students in Indonesia as well. The first question that I'm going to ask is regarding about the the school network. Okay, the first one, how your business school works with the professional partners. I think I'm going to Carrie for the first one. Hi, Carrie, do you want to answer this question?
Yes. In our school, aside from the master program we provide for international students, we actually provide company-specified program for local companies or international companies which have their branches in the Netherlands. So according to their specific need, maybe to focus on supply chain or to focus on leadership, we offer the specific program for them, and we build up the network through the channel. So it's not only we try to push our students to all those local companies, we also receive their demand and we offer something. So the cooperation is mutual.
Right. Okay. How about Natalie? Do you want to put insight for these questions over to you, Natalie?
Yes, sure. Like at Hankins works very closely with the business community to make sure that all of our students have a possibility, for example, for internship or for a case study. But also, about 5 years ago, we have launched a talent management program specifically for the international students. It's a Hankins International Talent, and all our students who are accepted to the master's degree, they are already, once they accepted the part of this Hankins International Talent. And through that network, they will be able to build their own business community through 2 years of studies at Hankins. So for example, once they decide to stay in Finland after the studies, they have already quite a good business network, so they know people, where they know how to send resumes and CVs and so on. So we try our best to integrate them into the business community right already on the orientation days, so they get their foot into the business life in Finland and get to know as many companies as possible.
Okay, Marisa, over to you. Do you would like to give some input from this question?
Yes, of course. Thank you. Well, RBS is located in Rotterdam, Europe's largest port city. So we are actually surrounded by companies, whether that's big multinationals or smaller companies or startups. Our bachelor students have a mandatory internship. They have mandatory company projects and assignments that they have to do. Both bachelor and master students have to write their graduation assignment for a company as well. All of our lecturers are from the business field, so after graduation, they have a good international network that they can make use of.
Yeah, over to you, Julia.
Yeah, hi again. Yes, so we at Master School of Management, we also have, of course, a career service department which supports the students through all their studies. With seminars, workshop, and everything that's needed to support them during also to get them ready for the job market afterwards, because the Dutch market would be, of course, different from all the market our students come from and knows about, since our students come from mostly non-EU countries or anyway country that are very different to the Netherlands. So that's why we have to prepare them. We also organize corporate weeks, networking events, and we collect their CV into a CV book that we publish and hand over to our contacts. Moreover, they always get support from our alumni network, which is indeed very big and international. And they also have through the year company projects, so where they have to actually go to the companies to work with them. And at the end, the MBA students are also able to have a thesis regarding a consultancy project or a business plan for a specific company that they choose.
That is awesome. Okay, I do love that because we as a business school students, we are not about learning but also practice our academic our academic and also our expertise that we have during study. Okay, the questions. Okay, I'm just going to ask all the participants and also the audience from the YouTube channel the questions that you can ask to our speakers. You can type it on the chat box or comment box on the YouTube channel, and then I'm going to read it out on my screen when the Q&A section. So please, for now, you can type it, and then on my colleague over here, they are going to deliver the questions on my screen as well. Okay, next questions. Regarding with the activity outside the class, because as the business school, you're not only, as I said, mentioned before, not only like study in the class, right? You have a lot of things to do outside in the class. So what your institution offer regarding about the outside classes, especially activities? I think I'm going for the first time to Marisa.
Yes, perfect. Well, RBS is part of Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences. So that means that we have a big focus on profession-oriented education. So it's definitely not only sitting in the classroom, it's a lot of projects, it's a lot of company visits, company assignments, so lots of doing. And of course, besides studying, Rotterdam is a perfect international city. From origin, it's always been a working class city. So that already means that it attracted people from different parts of the world. So nowadays we have people living and working there from over 180 different nationalities. So it's a very nice international dynamic city. A lot of our students have part-time jobs besides studying, even though they don't speak Dutch. That's a big advantage of being located in Rotterdam, that for a lot of cafes and restaurants, it's not needed to speak Dutch. And that's of course also very valuable for your studies as well, the skills that you improve over there. So yeah, lots of things to do besides studying.
Yeah, and of course with the lovely buildings in Rotterdam as well. Okay, how about Natalie and Finland?
So Hankins is located in two cities in Finland, so in Helsinki and in Vaasa, and both cities offer like a very diverse like free time and also business time activities. But a part of the classes, for example, there are a lot of company visits organized both by the career services department, both also the course studies, but also Hankins has a very active student communities. There are student unions and also the master's committee for the students. So they do organize their own programs, for example, not only business related, such as like business challenges or something like that, but also free time program as, you know, like maybe not parties directly, but also like get-togethers and picnics when the weather allows and so on. Also, both in Helsinki and in Vaasa, there are also quite many other universities and universities of applied sciences located, and our student union works tightly with all the student unions. So you will, during your studies, you will get to know not only your peers from your course, but also students from other universities. So that also will create opportunities for you to have different diverse time activities a part of the studies.
Cool. Okay, over to you, Julia. You mentioned a bit on the previous question, so you want to add more regarding with this question?
Sorry, I didn't get it.
Okay, I'm over to Julia.
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Natalie. I'm offering to Julia. Okay.
Yeah.
Julia, yes. Do you want to add more regarding about this question? Outside activities of MFM.
Yeah, so we do not have only extracurricular activities such as group project, company project, but also some social events. So I wanted to mention this, outside the studying. So we have international dinners, we have movie nights. The important for our international students is they gather together, because people coming indeed from all continents, and they need not only the study part, but also the possibility to to build a group and to build an actual class. And this is what I wanted to add. That of course we also have indeed company visits for each modules and guest lecturers, and the practice-oriented approach during the class also. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, thank you, Julia. Over to you, Carrie. Regarding about the outside classes activities, what ABS can offer?
Yep. Aside from the lecture, we organize some workshops, and it's more relaxed compared to the lecture, but it's still learning. We do a presentation skills workshop. We do interpersonal skills workshop. So students, they have fun while learning. And also we invite guest speaker to give a speech about their experience, maybe the same situation foreign international students study and afterwards working in the Netherlands. Is always fun to learn from others' experience. And outside our campus, Utrecht is a city full of dynamic. So language cafe or maybe movie festival, students, when they find interested, they can always find a group and activity to join.
Yep. Well, this is so interesting. Okay, because I always have a lot of questions from Indonesian students who would like to pursue study in a business school. There is kind of like a little bit requirement according to them, like a bit tricky about the GMAT or any kind of test before before applying to the business school. Okay, so is there any kind of like exemption, or the GMAT test is kind of like they have to do it before to apply for the business school? How about Julia? Do you want to give the insight?
Well, the GMAT exam or the GRE are not mandatory to enter Master School of Management. However, they are highly recommended if you are interested to apply for some merit-based scholarships. For example, the academic excellence, there we need a high GMAT score. If you're not planning to apply for the academic excellence, if you're not planning to do the GMAT, then we have our online leveling courses that has to be completed. So they are similar to the GMAT, but indeed only internal. So they are not valid to apply for other schools, but only to align the class before the start of our program.
Right. Okay. How about at Rotterdam Business School, Marisa?
Yeah, so GMAT is no requirement for us. For the Bachelor program, it's just your high school diploma and a sufficient English test result that you need. So that would be IELTS 6.0 or TOEFL 80. There will also be a study program check. So that means that we will ask you to complete an online CV, asking you questions like, why do you want to study this program? Where do you see yourself later? And then there will also be an interview with me or my colleague, and who will just go over your motivation and make sure that this program is a good fit for you, because we want you to be happy and your expectations to be met here in Rotterdam. So that's why we do that. And for the masters, there's also an interview, and they need a business related bachelor degree and also sufficient English test result.
There you go. So kind of like a bit, I would say another beneficial to Rotterdam Business School as well. Interview. Okay, so put yourself at the best. How about FTS, Kelly?
Yeah, we accept GMAT score, but it's not a must. If students, they don't want to prepare for the official GMAT, we have our internal capacity test. Students, they pass the online test, it's equal to the GMAT 550. So that's also one good news for the students, because preparing for GMAT is sometimes time consuming and also costly. And we do pay attention on the English level of, because it's an English program, so their ability and proficiency to communicate with English is very important. Aside from checking them on paper, we also invite them for the admission interview, so we can further assess their ability to communicate, if they can communicate fluently with English.
Okay, cool. Over to you, Natalia. How about in Hankins School of Economics? Is there any GMAT kind of requirement?
Yeah, as Hankins offers only master's program for the international students and for the Indonesian students as well. So we do require masters for all the applicants for the master's program to take a GMAT test, and we do require a test result of 550 minimum. So yes, it's a bit different from the colleagues today, but we do require a GMAT score from all applicants outside of European Union.
Yeah, okay, thank you. GMAT score, IELTS score, and any kind of requirements, they need to be done by the applicants. But again, how can a student can improve their chances of the admission? Because I know that the higher number of Indonesian students would like to apply to the business school is quite high. And of course, the competition is still there. So what do you think? Like, how can a student improve their chances of admission? Over to you, Carrie.
First, I think the motivation is really important, because this is a big investment, not only about the money, but also about the time, right? 1 year or 2 years. So we need to really get a very clear picture from the students. They don't need to have a very like some really specific position, but they need to have a direction of why they are doing this. So we can also assess if we as a school can help them to realize their dream.
Yeah. Motivation statement or motivation letter, that would be the perfect document to get their chances. Okay, how about Marisa at Rotterdam Business School?
Yes, for us, motivation is important as well, because it's a very big step to move all the way to Rotterdam. So we want all of our students to think hard about that decision. That's why we have the study program check. It's an online CV, and it's just a really nice and good decision-making tool to make sure that you're making the right decision, and that our type of education, because we are University of Applied Sciences, is a good fit. So we are looking for students who like to work in groups, who like to work with real companies, who are proactive, show initiative, can come up with their own ideas. And those students are a good match for RBS, and that applies to both the bachelor and the master students.
Okay, thank you, Marisa. Over to you, Natalia, regarding about the chance of admission. How can a student improve about it?
Yeah, so my answer will not be very original from the colleagues. So we do have a motivational letter and a motivational questionnaire, and it's like not enough to stress it, but our academic personnel, once they do revise all the applications, they do pay very much attention to the motivational questionnaire that students fill in. So the higher motivation is, the more you can also explain to us why you are a good fit for the program, and also why the program is a good fit for you as well and for your professional development, then the higher the chances are for you to be admitted to the program.
Right. Julia, well, especially you, because you always get in touch with students. What do you think about these questions?
Yeah, so we also have, of course, a motivation letter that has to be written. We want the motivation letter to be original, personal, but also very honest, because you can actually figure out if the motivation letter is copied somewhere else. We also have the admission interview to make sure that the program is a good fit for the student, and more that the student is a good fit for the program. So we want to be, of course, this to be a good match. And we are looking for, of course, open-minded people that are eager to go study abroad, to gain this international exposure, and also students that are looking for a small boutique-style school, because we are not a big university, but kind of a small business school. And so if the students indeed is looking for all of that, then it's more easily to be a good fit for us. And we also offer OTS for Indonesia, so that's also indeed a plus. There are certain requirements that has to be matched, and so on. Yeah.
Okay. Just a personal questions before I continue with the next questions. To Marisa, you mentioned regarding online CV, right? So basically, that's the format already prepared by Rotterdam Business School. So the applicants just fill it in.
Yes, exactly. So it's a link to a website which is sent to students after they've registered in StudyLink, and there are specific parts in it. So it's quite easy. It's an easy format. It's not tricky or difficult or anything, but it just forces you to really think about the choice that you're about to make. So it's really a nice decision-making tool.
I see. Okay, and then continue with Julia, that you mentioned about the interview, right? I know that it's kind of like a really standard procedure for the business school to have interview, but do you have any tips and tricks what needs to be prepared for the applicants to prepare for the successful interview?
Yeah, so the interview is about 30-40 minutes, and during this interview we would like to know the student as much as we can. So we ask about their backgrounds, we ask about the motivation to join the master or the MBA program, what their future goals are or career plans are, so how they would use our management program into their career. And we also ask, we want to make sure they did their research, so they are aware of which kind of program they are applying to, if they, if they are sure that this is a good match for them, and so on. So basically, knowing as much as we can about the students.
Okay, thank you, Julia. Okay, I remember one of my friend, he's about to go to study abroad, especially for a business. And then when I asked him regarding like, what is your motivation to do the business school? And then he said, the after the study, because the networking is there, right? So this is really what is it like, one thing that every institution can offer for sure, because the broader the network that you have, of course, the more interest that students or the new students are getting in. So the question is there any working opportunities so after the graduation that your institution can offer? If so, how will university help the alumni to secure the job? I think I'm going to Natalie from Hankins School of Economics.
Yes, thank you. I have already mentioned our talent management program, Hankins International Talent. This program lasts also for the 2 years as the master studies do, and during that time of studies, we make sure through the diverse career events, such as visits to the companies, case studies within the coursework, and also diverse networking events we organize at Hankins. We make sure that you have a possibility to meet and you get exposed to every potential employer here in Finland. And actually, I would like to mention that Hankins alumni employment rate is really high. 96% of our graduates, they get a job offer before the graduation, and the rest will get the job offer after half a year after graduations, which is a really high numbers. We're really proud of that, and we always help because we know that international, as coming as an international to Finland, it might be a challenge for us to get your foot into the business life and to find the connections, but we do our best to make sure that everybody is getting the same treatment and everybody is getting the work upon the graduation. And of course, once you have graduated and become a successful alumni, we also would like you to come back to Hankin and maybe to give back within the mentorship program. This is also how we make sure, for example, that our current students, they get to know everybody in the business work through our alumni who has been in the working life maybe for some years and can give a meaningful advice to our current students.
Yep. Yeah, well, that's a great how to do it, right? Okay, over to Carrie.
Yep. We have a career office. So starting from day one, our students will be assigned from the career consultant to have a one-on-one career coaching section and also group coaching section to identify their strengths, passion, and career path. And our service doesn't end when they graduate. Even after they graduate, 1 year, 2 years, we are still following to track if they are on the right direction. And also we try to connect our alumni by invite them come back from time to time for a drink, for some event. So maybe they will just hang out, have a drink with some alumni before they don't know, but a great idea or maybe a job opportunity just come up from there. And aside from this, we have an internal platform for our alumni, so they can search for our alumni by their function, their position, their location. So when they need help, maybe you are in Vietnam or in Indonesia, you want to find someone to help, you can always come to the platform and search for the people who can help you.
Right, what a good network, Carrie. Thank you.
Thanks.
Over to you, Julia.
Yeah, okay. So indeed, as also Carrie mentioned, we also have the career department that follows the students from the beginning to also when they become alumni. We're always there for one-to-one meeting, to assessment, and so on. Moreover, in the Netherlands, overall, we have this 1 year orientation permit. So basically, then non-European students don't have to worry that after they study, they have to go back, but they can stay in the Netherlands for 1 year, looking for a job, finding a job, and so on. So gaining the working visa when they find a job. During their studies, we try to organize these 2 years. Has been a bit tough, but usually we organize alumni events where we gather together, not only in the Netherlands, but also abroad. We do something in Indonesia, we did in Russia, we did in Peru, and so on. So we try to indeed connect whenever is possible. During the year, we organize the corporate week where we invite national and international companies to have one-to-one meetings with the students to collect their CV, to present themselves, and so on. By the end of the year, usually we also publish the CV book. That means we collect all CV from our students and hand over to companies where we can, basically. Yeah, that's it. And we are always indeed there also when you are an alumni.
Okay, before I move into Marisa, this is really interesting. So you mentioned, Julia, about CV book. So is that a compilation all the CV from the students of Mastery of Management, and then give them to the company, such like literally like, okay, this is the compilation of the CV, so you can have a look. Is that like how it works?
Yeah, so we start from the beginning when they start basically the program. We start indeed teaching them how to write a good CV. We of course give feedback. This is something that goes along a couple of months. When the CVs are completed, when the students know how to present it and so on, we collect them. Yeah, we physically collect them and gather them together. Yeah,
that is really good idea, because again, as the institution, you can see how to develop the good CV, right? Because you mentioned that you can start from the beginning when start studying, and then afterwards, this is the what is it, like the good one, the better CV that can you hand it to the company. So thank you for to have that one. Okay, over to you, Marisa, regarding about the what is it about the alumni to secure the job. What does a Rochester Business School do?
Yes, so the advantage of being a University of Applied Sciences located in Rotterdam is obviously the connection that we have with the business world. So during the 4 years, our students are having a lot of contact with all of the companies because they have to do a mandatory internship in or outside of the country, and they also have to write a graduation assignment for a company. We also organize a lot of workshops throughout the year. How do I write a CV? How do I conduct myself during a job interview, especially online interviews? So yeah, we provide our students with the tools and the skills that they need to find a job after graduation. What happens a lot is that if students do really well with their internship or at a graduation company, then they get offered a place there after graduation. So it's really nice. We also organize a lot of networking events throughout the year. So we invite companies to come to RBS and to speak one-on-one with students. So that's also really special. And of course, after graduation, students are allowed to stay here for 1 more year. As Julia just mentioned, it's possible to apply for the search here, even within 3 years after graduation. So there's a lot of time to do that. And a lot of opportunities within the Netherlands and also within the rest of Europe, because Netherlands is very centrally located within Europe.
Okay, well done. Of course, so my friend told me about legit reason, the networking from the business school. It's really awesome. Thank you, guys. Okay, so I do have questions from the audience. So again, we are inviting to audience from YouTube channel. Please type your questions from the chat box or the comment box. I do have question, especially for Natalia regarding scholarship. So could you please mention about the scholarship that you have from Hankins School of Economics? Over to you, Natalia.
Yes, sure. So we do offer quite an extensive number of scholarships for the international students. So they may vary from covering fully the tuition fee and some living expenses up to the second year scholarship. So that only for applicable for the second year scholarships, but students. But what we actually offer for Indonesian students as well, and specifically for them, we do have an Hankins is a part of Global Business School Network, and in Indonesia, that I might now mispronounce, but students and alumni from the Universitas Gadjah Mada Faculty of Economics and Business, which is also the part of the Global Business School Network for students and alumni from this specific school in Indonesia. We do offer Hankins Premium Scholarship that would cover fully the tuition fee and also the living expenses of 8,000 euros for 1 year and for the second year as well, of course. So, but as we support all the international students coming to Finland, we do all of our students get some kind of support, depending on your previous academic excellence. So the scholarships are also very tightly linked to how you performed in your previous studies, but we try to offer at least some kind of support to all incoming students.
Okay, thank you so much. And also for the information for the Indonesian students, of course, for TIAS, Rochester Business School and Master School of Management, they do offer scholarship. Orange Tulip Scholarship or OTS is one of them. If you would like to have more information about the financial, so you can check out the website of the university. And then, of course, we invite you guys to come to the virtual booth because you can ask more questions regarding application, scholarship, or any kind. For example, like students live in the Netherlands, especially for the business school, come to the virtual booth throughout the event. Okay. Another question that we have from Shafadina. I think this question is for all of you. Do you offer an extension program from associate degree to bachelor's degree? So I think I'm going to start with Carrie.
I'm not sure if I get this correctly, but we have different modules. So officially our program lasts for 1 year, but because we have 5 different tracks and some students, they really feel they need to do more than 1 more track. So it's possible after 1 year, if they think, okay, other than marketing, I really need to do finance. It's possible to extend their study so they can take 1 more block from our program, and of course they need to take more time, and also there are more fee involved in that, but it's possible according to the students' need.
Okay, thank you, Carrie. Over to you, Marisa from Rotterdam Business School.
We have bachelor degree, a pre-master, and a master degree, so not necessarily associate degrees. But yeah, what I think the really nice thing about us is that, you know, even though you want to do a business master program and you don't have a business related background, it's still possible because you could do a free master for 12 months, which gives you the perfect preparation to start with any business master you want to start with. So that is possible.
Okay, how about Maastricht School of Management? Julia, over to you.
Yep. So our master management and MBA programs are quite fixed. So the residential program, they last 1 year, and it's not possible to extend those. What you can do is that you can add after your graduation a specialization, another specialization. So the MBA already has a specialization inside, which is elective, and they can also decide to have another one the year after. Of course, that comes with another fee. But this will, of course, enlarge their knowledge and skills. But indeed, associating the degrees, it's not quite possible.
Okay. How about at Hankins School of Economics? Natalia, over to you.
Yes, thank you. We do have only bachelor's and master's programs, so we do not have, unfortunately, this.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's the last question from Shafadina. I think if you guys still have questions, all the participants, all the audience from the YouTube channel, you can come to the virtual booth. Once again, we are inviting you throughout the event. And now it's time to all these institutions to give the closing statement or promote your institution. I think I'm going to come to Carrie. You have 3 minutes to promote and also to give your closing statement. Over to you, Carrie.
Yeah. Okay, so I believe students or visitors who join this section today are planning to expand their business knowledge and also their career. So TS is a top-ranking business school located in the Netherlands, in the city of Utrecht. And when considering doing a master degree in business administration, for those who are also looking forward to put yourself in an international environment where your classmates consist of 20 different nationalities, which means you learn from each other, not only from their expertise, but also from their culture. If you are looking forward to receive personal attention and personal approach from the career consultant throughout the year to get ready to prepare for your personal as well as career development. If you are looking forward to build up a strong network with alumni, with the local companies, with our international community to get ready for your future job searching after graduation. And also for those who are who care about the relation and impact on the society you're in. I think the MSc program and MBA program we offer, which is a 1 year full-time English taught program, offers a great opportunity for international students to explore and to realize their career dreams. So if for students who are interested in knowing more, please contact us for the admission requirements as well as the scholarship possibilities, especially for Indonesian students.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Over to you, Julia, the closing statement and also to promote Maastricht School of Management.
Yeah, so Maastricht School of Management is located in the south of the Netherlands, next to the Belgium border and to the Germany border. It makes easy from here to travel, when it will be possible again, to travel around whole Europe, because we are quite close to all other countries as well. Maastricht is an international city. We are not the only school here. There is also Maastricht University, which is the larger university here. And this makes Maastricht a big university city, so kind of quite a live city. And we offer a management program. So we offer the Master in Management program, is 1 year long, which is for recent graduates, people that have not more than 3 years of work experience and coming from a different background. So we don't have any hard requirements in regards to their previous bachelor. Then we offer the MBA program, which is for more experienced professionals that have more than 3 or 5 years of work experience and that they are looking to fast track their career with indeed a management program. We have 3 different MBA formats. So we have the full-time MBA, which is 1 year here on campus for those who want to live the class experience, be student life again. We also have the online MBA for those who are not able to travel, they don't want to quit their job for a year and they decide to stay in Indonesia or wherever and do the MBA online. They are always welcome to join and blend that option. So if they want to come for some modules here on campus, that's possible to do. Then we have the part-time Executive Mba, which is let's say a part-time that requires the students to travel every 3 months to have lessons here on campus every 3 months. Online and Executive Mba are a bit longer, they are 2.5 years. But also they are indeed part-time. All of them have at the end the MBA degree, so it does not mention if it's done online or part-time or full-time. Inside the MBA program, we also have the specialization phase, which is elective, so you can choose up one from our 6 specializations that we have, which are, for example, finance, accounting, entrepreneurship, digital transformation, and so on. We offer also the career service department to support our students, and we also organize student events here, of course, in the city.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Julia. Over to you, Marisa from Rotterdam Business School.
Thank you. Yes, so RBS is part of Rotterdam University of Applied Sciences. So just advice that I want to give all of the students that are considering coming to the Netherlands is make sure that you know the difference between research universities and universities of applied sciences, because they're both really good. Of course, I mean, Dutch education ranks in the top 2% of the world, so it's extremely good quality for very reasonable fees. But the approach of the two universities is quite different. So make sure that you choose the one that fits you best. We're located in Rotterdam. Rotterdam is the 2nd biggest city in the Netherlands, but it's really the perfect city for international business because of the port. So a lot of our students benefit from that, especially in their daily life. Rotterdam is such an international city. It's not necessary to speak Dutch because everyone speaks English. A lot of our students have part-time jobs, which is always a very good indicator of how open a city is towards its international students. Because you're going to live here. If you're going to do a bachelor, it's going to be for 4 years. If you're going to do a master, for 1 year. So you really need to choose a city that is open towards international students and where you can actively participate in society, because it's not only about studying, it's also about creating a nice life for yourself. And there's a lot of difference in how open certain countries or how open certain cities are. So that's really important to consider. Of course, our bachelor program is 4 years. We are University of Applied Sciences. The first year in international business is the same for everyone, so you can get a nice foundation. So you can expect subjects like finance and accounting, marketing, logistics, just very basic. And then after the first year, you need to make a decision. So you need to choose one of the specializations to focus on. And then in the second year, there's an international project. Usually we also do an IKEA project, or you go to DHL, depending on the specialization. In a third year, there's a mandatory internship that you can do in or outside of the country. There's a lot of freedom in how you want to design that, because some students are really into the big multinationals like Unilever or KLM or Booking, and other students really like smaller companies or startups, because Rotterdam is a very entrepreneurial city, so also home to many startups. And then the fourth year is for your exchange program. So another opportunity to go abroad. There are over 100 partner universities to choose from, so you could pretty much go anywhere you like. And then the final semester of your fourth year is for your thesis. So your graduation assignment, which will be written for a company. And who knows what happens if you do well at that company. And then for the master program, it's 1 year. It's an MSc title, Master of Science. And so there's no internship in the master program because it's only 1 year, but there is a graduation assignment for a company. So that practical link is there. And of course, all of our lecturers are from the business field. They have broad international networks that you can make use of. So yeah, really the perfect place to study business.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Marisa. And the last one, hello, Natalie from Hankins School of Economics. Your closing statement, over to you.
Yes, thank you. So Hankins School of Economics is located in Finland, and we are triple accredited business school. So we do have EQUIS, Mba, and AACSB accreditations, which only actually 1% of business schools in the world do have. And our master's program is also ranked by Financial Times, which makes it Hankins very attractive place for study. So if you're looking at for a high quality master's program in business and economics, so Hankins definitely is a place for you. We are a very small business university, so we only accept 120 students approximately each year for master's program, which means that you will get a very personal attention to your specific situation, and you will get the most of the studies, both from the business world and also from the professional, with the professors as well. We do offer a big amount of scholarships. So if you're worried about the finance, just maybe drop by our booth so I can tell you more about our scholarship programs and scholarship opportunities for you. Within our Hankins International Talent Program, we offer students from coming outside of Finland. We offer a great career opportunities through the diverse events and other activities we do with the career services, so to make sure that you have your own network once you graduate, so you will be able to find a job during the studies. You will be able also to do the case studies and internships as well, so you will get that working experience during your studies already. Finland is a very small country, and Helsinki and Vaasa, where Hankins is located, is also very small cities in terms of like everything. I would say it's much smaller than anything else in the world, I would say. So which means also that it's very easy for you to get to know people, and actually people in Finland are quite very friendly. You may hear like different things that like people are introverts here, they don't want to meet new people, but that's completely untrue. I'm international, also living in Finland, and I found it very easy to meet new people, to get along with and find friends. We do, of course, if you want to stay in Finland in the future, it's a good idea maybe to learn some Finnish, but we got you even here. So during your studies, you will be able to get courses in Finnish and Swedish, which is the second official language in Finland. But in Helsinki and in Vaasa, everybody speaks perfect English, so you will not get lost. Our application round is currently ongoing. So if you have any questions, just drop out by our booth and I will tell you everything about the studies at Hankins and in Finland.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Natalia. And thank you to all the speakers. This is the end of the session, Business Schools in Northern Europe. But again, don't worry, to all the audience and also participants of European Higher Education Fair, you still have questions, and also you can ask any kind of explanation regarding an application, a scholarship through the virtual booth. So this is end of our session. I'll see you again next time. So stay well and have a lovely weekend. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye.